Ladies and gentlemen, na wasalimu asubuhi ya leo. Hujambo. Thank you for the great support that you are still granting this platform na kuensure ya kwamba you are supporting me. Na kwa wale ambao ni mara yao ya kwanza kujiunga na kituo hichi, kindly take your time, seconds, like, ku comment, you share and subscribe. Sasa hivi kuna taarifa na ripoti ambazo zinaendelea kusaga ya kwamba Nairobi County is now under insecurity situation. Kuna taarifa zinaendelea kuliki ya kwamba the Al-Shabaab are now trying to enter Nairobi CBD. Wanataka kuingia katika county ya Nairobi. Remember, Nairobi is a central business district situation. Nairobi is an administration center. Nairobi is a capital center. Nairobi is everything. And that is why kumekuwa na attacks hivi majuzi. Kumekuwa na insecurities, kuibiwa na mambo mengine kuendelea. But zaidi ya hapo, kuna taarifa ambazo zimeweza kuripotiwa ya kwamba the Al-Shabaab are planning to attack. And if this is not going to be taken in a serious note, remember, as a country we are going to get into a worse situation. Matamshi kama haya yaliweza kushuhudiwa na mambo kama haya ilianza kutokea, na fununu kama hizi zilianza katika serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta, na serikali ya haikuchukulia maanani swala hili. And that is where after or later the Al-Shabaab attacked Westgate by that time. Sasa hivi kuna matamshi ambayo aliyekuwa mshauri wa karibu sana wa Rais William Samoei Ruto, Moses Kuria, ameweza kutangaza kwamba the insecurities that are going or are still undergoing in Nairobi CBD yataenda kuleta shida kubwa sana. Na zaidi ya yote, Moses Kuria ameionya serikali ya Rais William Ruto. Je, what is really happening in the country? To an extent that Nairobi CBD as a central district center is still under insecurity purposes. Remember, this is one of the major cities in Kenya ambazo zinahitaji kuwa with a very intense security, because almost 90% of the programs, 90% of the government issues are run in this central CBD situation, CBD center. Hapa ndipo utapata Huduma Center. Hapa ndipo utapata Nairobi kuna ikulu ya rais. Hapa ndipo utapata Central Bank of Kenya iko. Mambo mengi ya kiserikali. Hapa ndipo Matiang'I house ipo, and very sensitive informations are there. But my question is, the government is one of the most powerful units in the Republic of Kenya that has more than intelligences who are employed, who are supposed to be employed and deployed intensively in Nairobi CBD to ensure that they are doing investigations for security purposes, to protect the businesses of the people, to protect the lives of the people, to protect the properties of the government at large, to ensure that there is peace, to ensure there are no killings, extrajudicial killings and brutality by intruders in Nairobi. But right now, imeonekana kuwa serikali imeamua kuchukua maafisa wa polisi kuwalinda na kulinda familia zao pamoja na boma zao. But they don't want to protect the lives, the properties of the common mwananchi. What is really happening in Kenya? Wanasiasa wapo na zaidi ya maafisa and security personnel that are employed and deployed by the government that are protecting even their farms, their homesteads, their properties. Wherever they work, they also have protections ambao wanalipwa na serikali, na pesa zinatumika ni za mwananchi wa kawaida. Je, if Nairobi CBD is going to be attacked the way we saw in Uhuru's regime, ambapo Al-Shabaab waliweza kuterrorize central business district in Nairobi, whereby Kenyans, so many businesses, so many investors in the Republic of Kenya lost their properties simply because the Al-Shabaab waliweza kuattack. And if this is going to happen soon, this is going to affect the nation. And who are going to compensate for these Kenyans? Jihatari kabla ya hatari. And that is why pia kuna fununu ambazo zinaendelea kusaga kwenye mitandao ya kijamii zikizungumzia the insecurity purposes, whereby kuna fununu ya kwamba Al-Shabaab sasa hivi wapo katika kaunti ya Mandera and they want to attack Mandera. Remember, Mandera as a county is in the boundary of Kenya and Somalia. But we have seen so many incidences, so many situations whereby so many people have been abducted, killed, and even tumeweza kushuhudia mabomu zikiwa zinalipuliwa katika kaunti ya Mandera, ili hali serikali ipo. And the government knows very well, Mandera County is one of the hotspots that the Al-Shabaab uses to attack and enter Kenya. And right now, hatujawahi pata that wall ama udhibiti kamili wa kuhakikisha kwamba the country is safe. Remember, there is one issue that I want to address Kenyans. And nataka mniambie iwapo mambo haya ni ya ukweli. Is this information true? But regarding to my point of view, this information is very true. Because till today, we have not yet seen any reaction. Hatujaona any reaction. Hatujaona hatua zozote serikali imeweza kuzitumia. We saw Rigathi Gachagua wakati alikuwa nchini Marekani, alisema ya kwamba President William Ruto is among those presidents, ama ni kiongozi katika taifa la Kenya ambaye ana ushirikiano wa karibu sana na urafiki wa karibu sana na vigogo na viongozi and those leaders wa Al-Shabaab. Whereby Gachagua leaked an information that was sensitive ya kwamba President William Ruto anafanya biashara na viongozi wa Al-Shabaab leaders. Na zaidi ya yote, Gachagua said that he has an evidence. There is a time President Ruto met and had a discussion of more than 5 hours in Mandera County with Al-Shabaab leaders and with the 3 Al-Shabaab leaders. My question is, what was that discussion about? What was the intention of President William Ruto having a discussion with the Al-Shabaab leaders? Because as a president is a very, very sensitive, is a symbol of national unity. The president, how can a president access information or have sittings with the goons, especially who have been attacking Kenya, who have been causing chaos, who have been abducting our innocent Kenyans, who have been killing innocent Kenyans, who have been killing even the police, our own police who are protecting our nation? How comes the president having a conversation with them? Therefore, Rigathi Gachagua alitangaza ya kwamba he has information and it is true. Na zaidi ya yote, Gachagua gave another evidence huko akisema ya kwamba after the 5 chiefs in Mandera County were abducted and arrested by the Somalians and transported to Somalia, President William Ruto assured Kenyans that he was going to take a step. He was going to make a communication and ensure that those chiefs, those 5 chiefs who were abducted and arrested by the Somalia Al-Shabaab, they were going to be left free and come back to Kenya. But eventually, or finally, these chiefs were left free. They were brought back to Kenya. They were not harmed. They were okay. They were very energetic. And my question remains like this. How did the government, or how did the Ruto, because Gachagua's statements are now coming clear and opening up my mind, how did the president knew the specific Al-Shabaabs who abducted and arrested those 5 chiefs? Number 2, how did the President William Ruto had a communication? How did he access their phone numbers, their communication channels, and communicated to them? Number 3, how did the President William Ruto come unto a conclusion after the conversation with the Al-Shabaab? How did they come into an agreement to release them? Number 4, how did those 5 chiefs come back to Kenya? Who brought them back to Kenya? Where were they? Ladies and gentlemen, as a Kenyan, or as Kenyans, we should ask ourselves such questions. And therefore, Nairobi City Council, being a very sensitive, busy situation, being a very busy trading center, being a very busy business center, being a very, very crucial place, being under insecurity is abnormalities, is not a normal thing. And if the government is not going to take if the government is not going to take a quick response to ensure that Nairobi is under security, we are going to witness a very, very dangerous, dramatic, strategic and distracting situation in Nairobi CBD, whereby so many people are now going to lose their jobs. So many people are now going to lose their lives. So many people are going to lose their businesses, and tutashuhudia hasara kubwa. Je, wazo lako ni lipi kuhusiana na mambo haya? Hebu toa maoni yako na wazo lako hapo kwenye comment section. Thank you for watching this video. I thank you for your great support that you are granting this platform. Thank you for everything. Thank you for what you are doing to this platform. Continue subscribing and let's meet in our next episode.